This exercise is a hook-lying reach and roll. It's going to be really good to start to gain some internal rotation in the shoulder and even in the hip, and use that to progressively increase the difficulty of the exercise that you're using. This is a really good starting point to start to gain back some internal rotation in either the hip or shoulder. So literally all you need is just your own body and the ground. So you're going to start by laying on your back with your knees bent, feet about hips width apart, toes are pointing forward. Let me angle myself a little bit this way. Toes are pointing forward. You feel all 3 points of contact in each foot. Those 3 points are the inner heel, knuckle the big toe, knuckle the pinky toe. In this position, I want you to lightly start pushing down into the ground, straight down, not forward at all, but straight down. And you can start by pushing first through the inner heel, then the knuckle of the big toe, and then the inner heel again. And you should feel either equal pressure across the inner heel and the knuckle of the big toe on both sides, or maybe a little bit more pressure on the inner heel. Either of those is fine. Once you have that, you should feel the hamstring starting to work a little bit. You should also feel pressure of the back of your pelvis, your PSIS bones, against the ground, as well as your upper back and the back of your head. Once you have all those things, you're going to take both hands, palms facing each other. Your hands are going to be directly over your shoulders. And I want you to just, if your shoulder blades were completely relaxed, you can kind of feel them flat against the ground. I want you to just lightly reach them up so you only feel that inner border of each shoulder blade. And you should feel that space between the shoulder blades still against the ground. Now from here, you're going to pick one side that you're going to reach with both the hand and the knee at the same time. So that will depend on whatever your PT tells you. So that's going to be different for each person. But let's say I want to reach with my right arm. That would mean that I'm actually going to promote some more internal rotation on the left side. So in order to improve my left side, what I'll do is I'll lightly start reaching straight up towards the ceiling with my right hand, while at the same time I'm going to push a little bit more into the ground through the inner heel and the knuckle of the big toe of my right foot. And what should happen is my right knee starts to move a little bit more in the direction in which my thigh is angled. So it'll kind of, I'm going to exaggerate it real quick. It'll kind of look like that, where essentially my right knee's coming up and forward, my left knee is coming slightly back and down towards my hip. So again, I got my inner foot contacts. I have the hamstrings activated. I feel the back of my pelvis, inner border of my shoulder blades, and the space between the shoulder blades and the back of my head against the ground. I'm going to start reaching very light and slowly with my right hand, while at the same time I'm lightly pushing a little bit more through the inner heel and knuckle of the big toe of my right foot. That's going to cause my right knee to want to come up and forward just a little bit, and my left knee is going to want to come back just a little bit. And what should happen is you should feel more pressure on the left side of the back of the pelvis, and a little bit more pressure on the left interscapular area, the space between the left shoulder blade and the spine. So I'm reaching with the right hand, pushing a little bit more into the ground with my right foot. Right knee's coming a little forward, left knee's coming back a little bit, and I'm feeling pressure on the left backside of the pelvis and the left interscapular area. As I'm doing that, I'm exhaling through the mouth, and then I'm going to relax back to the starting position as I breathe in. So exhale and reach, inhale and relax. And that's how it's done.